Hey YouTube world, how's it going? This is Kyle Louie here. Yes, I'm back. I'm bringing you guys another LTV, a life topic vlog, right here on Kyle's vlog. Now, if this is your first video of me, thank you for being here. And also, what I do here is I bring up life things. I talk about life topics, things that I've struggled with, things that you may be struggling with. Um, I even talk about some fun things on here as well. So there's a little bit of everything, but I just do what I can and give advice so that it can help you. Three things on this channel that my main purpose um, is this. It's to help. So help, encourage, and inspire. If I'm not doing that, then I'm not doing this channel justice. So um, I understand like the fun ones are cool too, but also these videos are really important. It gets the mind thinking. Um, but also I don't want you guys to ever feel like you're alone if you're going through that, right? So I hope that you guys can gravitate towards this and my idea. If you can, please subscribe if you have not yet, and hit the like button so I know if you're new, but also hit the like button if you're just ready for me to stop to get going. I'm not going to stop talking because I just started, so there's that. But anyways, yes, it's been a few days. If you guys have been with me, you know that I started a new job recently. My first day was Monday, and then I worked Tuesday. Been off since yesterday, but I was working on my idea for today's video. So I took down my schedule because normally I post Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays and Sundays, but that's because I was quarantined. I wasn't working. Now I'm having to shift some things around, but I do still plan to upload. So please stay tuned to that. There are plenty of videos on here that I've done already, so you guys are more than welcome to check back on those ones. In the meantime, um, but anyways, today's video is titled Fight On. Now it may seem kind of similar because I've talked about pursuing your passion. I've talked about being motivated and dedicated. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about that on here. But fight on to me means persevering. So when it comes to challenges and things that we face, I believe that perseverance shows true strength. And so we'll talk about that. Okay? Um, anyways, so as you guys are well aware, um, I, like I said, I was just talking about that I'm starting a new job. And anytime you start a new job, it's scary. It's nerve wracking because you're going to a new place, new company, new setting, a lot of stuff that I'm having to learn. And the thing about me is that I get so stressed out because um, I try to put so much on myself that I do kind of get down on myself. Like I talk bad about myself, and that's not good. Um, but this job I'm actually really excited to be doing because I have glasses. I've had glasses most of my life. I think since fifth grade. So a while. And the thing is there's just a lot of terminology and facts that I'm having to understand, and that's what's hard for me right now. But I'll get it. I'm going to exceed my own expectations by just studying it harder, really getting like a photographic memory type thing, so I can really get it. Um, but yeah, I mean, any job that you start, it's going to be nerve wracking. Um, but if you have good people surrounding you, you got nothing to worry about. And the thing about this company is that they're really patient with us and they're going to help us if we need it. So they're not going to get mad at us if we have to ask questions or anything like that. So I'm grateful for that end. Also, they do check our stuff to make sure things are good, and before we make a sale. And so I'm grateful, and I'm looking forward to this, and I just I want to be the best version of myself. So this, I gotta be strong, right? Um, so there's that for an example. Now, I've talked a lot about pursuing your passion and making goals, and never stopping at not completing them. Meaning, do not stop at not completing them. Do not give up. Who is a firm believer of not giving up? I am. Are you? If you are, hit that like button or comment down below. Never give up. You can get that message out there too. Do not give up, guys. It's actually the easiest thing we can do is give up if we are not motivated. Be persistent, especially when things become difficult. Remain hopeful. Encourage yourself. I can do this. Yes, it's tough, but I believe I can do this. And I know I can do this, and I'm going to do this. So do it. Here's 3 things that I want you guys to take in, okay? It's kind of an equation. I put it as an equation. But perseverance plus courage equals strength. All right? I don't know why I keep doing this, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, perseverance plus courage equals strength. Okay? Again, examples. Me starting a new job. I'm having to learn everything. I need to persevere through what I'm fearing, what I'm struggling with. But I'm going to do it. Okay? Anybody who's wanting to lose weight, usually it's a health concern, right? So what do they got to do? They got to be dedicated to looking for those results. They have to put in the work to get them results, right? When studying for a test, you have to be dedicated to studying. That way you pass the test. If there's no studying, then you're probably not going to pass, right? I want to talk about 3 people that you may have heard of. I want to talk about 3 people that we can kind of look to as well, because there are people too, right? We're people, okay? They had to start from the bottom up, right? So the first one, I'm going to go way back to Henry Ford. Who knows who Henry Ford is? Okay, well, Henry Ford is the one. He is an industrialist, entrepreneur, but also he is the whiz master. He was the one to build the very first car or automobile. And I'm sure in his case, being the fact that it was the first car, he didn't have anything to go off of. So he had to kind of think and evaluate and what goes with what, that kind of thing. But you know what? He made the very first car, and he didn't stop at nothing, right? He did not take no for an answer. He showed true grit by getting it done. And Ford company is like one of the main biggest companies right now. So there's that. Now, who knows who J.K. Rowling is? She wrote Harry Potter, like all the Harry Potter books. She also wrote Fantastic Beasts. And so those books were made into movies, right? But I'm sure when she first wrote Harry Potter, I'm sure she went through many ideas. I'm sure she had and I'm sure she had an idea, but then maybe she had to revamp it a little bit because it didn't make sense. Being an author is really hard. I'm not an author, but I am a writer. Well, I guess that's the same thing. Um, I want to do a poetry book of encouragement and stuff like that. Um, so I may or may not do that, but I know from experience when I write poetry that it takes me a while to really get the message because I want to convey what I'm feeling to you so that you can feel it. And so when an author is writing a story, they want you to feel what they're saying. They want you to kind of be in that. Um, they want you to visualize what they're saying. And so she didn't stop. She didn't stop at nothing. She exceeded her expectations. She did exactly what she said she was going to do, and she's one of the best authors right now, right? Um, Now there's somebody else that I want to talk to you about. Those of you who have been with me since the beginning or for a while, you guys know that I'm a Seattle Seahawk fan, Oregon Duck fan as well. But right now I'm talking about a man that goes by the name of Shaquem Griffin. He's the linebacker for the Seattle Seahawks. He has one arm or one hand. Um, Now the thing is, I can't remember exactly what he had. I just know that when he was young, he was born with the deficiency, um, and his hand never fully developed. Left hand never fully developed, and so he chose to amputate his left hand. And so he's been living and playing sports his whole life with one, or most of his life with his one hand. And from what I read from stories and interviews, he was always told no. But he didn't take that as an answer. He said, I'm going to do this, whether with or without you, you know? And he's playing in the NFL right now. And I mean, you can see him tackling people. I mean, um, I know for practice he wears the prosthetic arm, but when he's actually playing, he's playing with one hand, and then he's got his other arm to kind of circle around and bring those guys down. But you can see that his hand's missing. But again, he didn't take that. He didn't take no for an answer. He said, "No, I need to do this. I need to put my life to something. I'm not going to give up." And he's in the NFL. Pretty amazing, I guess. Pretty amazing, right? So, anyways, those are a few examples of people showing true grit. Okay? Remember, I've talked about my biggest fear is failure. And I've failed many times on many different things. But to me, fear is a choice. And I have chosen to use what I fear to push myself. And that's what they did with their situation. And that's what you can do with whatever situation you're in. Okay? So, do you want to be the best version of yourself? Do you want to be the best version of yourself? Heck yeah, you do. Sometimes when we have setbacks, when things are challenging and difficult, we think to ourselves negatively. We talk down to ourselves like I was. But I've looked at now that my setbacks have introduced me to my strength, to my strengths. So the things that I'm good at have helped me cope with my setbacks, my struggles, and I was able to reach them. You know, Um, Here's an analogy, but it's also true. If you've ever been to a river, you see that the river surrounds everything, right? Like the rocks and branches, whatever it is. Now, did you know that that river will eventually slice through the rocks? That that water will slice through a rock. Yes, it takes a lot of years, it takes time, but eventually will cut right through and will dissolve. And the thing is that um, it's able to cut through the rock because of its persistence. So I want to leave off with this with you. A great quote from one of the greatest, if not the greatest, martial artists ever. Um, this quote is from Bruce Lee. Be water, my friend. Okay? So anything that you put your mind to, no matter how hard it is, be water. All right? Anyways, guys, I hope that this was encouraging. I know it seems a little bit shorter, and that's probably a good reason. I just wanted to make sure that you guys understood where I was coming at. Um, and also, I hope that this, again, encourages you, inspires you. Um, I want to see to it that we all persevere, no matter what it is. With the pandemic, we're gonna persevere through this as well. With the racial stuff, we're gonna get through that as well. We just need to be strong, and again, be water. Okay. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Okay. Kai Louie out.